Hybrid finance, often called as blended finance, is crucial for strengthening the technical and vocational education and training TVET, as it leverages the strengths of both public and private sectors to address funding gaps and enhance the quality and relevance of vocational education. By combining public funds with private investments, blended finance can mobilize significant resources that would otherwise be unavailable, thereby fostering innovative solutions and infrastructure improvements in the TVET systems. This approach helps align training programs with industry needs, which, by the way, is an important missing link across the world, ensuring graduates possess skills that are in demand, thus improving employability and encouraging economic growth. Furthermore, blended finance promotes shared risk and responsibility, encouraging private sector engagement in social development projects and enhancing the sustainability of TVET initiatives through diversified funding streams. This multifaceted approach is particularly vital in regions like Africa, where educational and economic challenges require coordinated and substantial investments to build resilient and future ready TVET systems. Leading institutions in managing private equity and debt, like Kaizenvest, is the only investment firm to my mind that invests exclusively in education institutions and companies in South and Southeast Asia. Since its inception in 2009, Kaizenvest has successfully raised over $150 million through its equity funds and invested in several leading and transformative education companies in the region that are not only commercial leaders in their domains but have also created tremendous positive impact on society. In this podcast, let me elaborate on some of the challenges of using blended finance instruments in Africa. As I mentioned, introducing blended finance to strengthen technical and vocational education and training system in Africa presents unique real-time and practical challenges. The context of Africa, with its diverse economies, political landscapes, and differing educational systems, adds layers of complexity to implementing such financial mechanisms effectively. What are the challenges? In my view, let me elaborate on the challenges. And the first and foremost is the institutional capacity and governance issue related challenges. What are the challenge? Many African TVET institutions lack the capacity to manage complex blended finance mechanisms. Weak governance structures and limited administrative expertise can hinder the effective deployment and management of funds. The governance issues, such as corruption and lack of transparency, are prevalent in some African countries, making it difficult to ensure that funds are used as intended. Is there a solution to this? Yes. Capacity building programs are essential. These should focus on financial management, transparency, and accountability to improve institutional governance and administrative capabilities. The second challenge, according to me, are in the realm of regulatory and policy environment. What's the nature of challenge? Inconsistent or inadequate regulatory frameworks can impede the implementation of blended finance. Policies may not be conducive to private sector investment, and regulatory environments may vary significantly across countries. After all, when we talk about Africa, we are talking about 54 countries. Many African countries have bureaucratic processes and regulatory bottlenecks that discourage private investment. This can include restrictive labor laws, unclear investment policies, and inadequate legal protection for investors. What could be the solution or a way out? Advocacy for policy reforms to create an enabling environment for blended finance is crucial. This includes simplifying regulatory processes, providing legal protections for investors, and offering tax incentives. The third set of challenges are the risk perception and overall management. Private investors often perceive investments in African TVET as high risk due to political instability, economic volatility, and uncertain returns on investment ROI. Countries in Africa often face, as we know, political unrest, currency fluctuations, and economic instability, which can deter private investment in long term educational projects. And therefore, risk mitigation strategies such as guarantees, first loss capital, and political risk insurance can help attract private investors by sharing reduced perceived risks. The next set of challenges are in the realm of funding and sustainability. Securing sustained funding over the period of the program is difficult. Initial investment might be secured, but long term financial sustainability still remains a concern. Many TVET programs in Africa rely heavily on donor funding, grants, which can be unpredictable and unsustainable in the long term. Economic constraints can also limit the ability of governments to provide continuous support, and therefore it's important to develop sustainable funding models that include diverse revenue streams such as industry partnerships, alumni contributions, and tuition fees, ensuring programs have built in revenue generation component. And this to me is the core essence of blended finance. Built in revenue generation components can also surely enhance the sustainability. The next set of challenges are in the form of alignment of stakeholder objectives. Aligning the diverse objectives of stakeholders, which is governments, private sector, donors, and educational institutions, can be difficult. A synergy is very, very critical. Governments may prioritize social outcomes and equity, while private investors focus on financial returns. Educational institutions may emphasize quality and relevance of training, and therefore, establishing multi stakeholder platforms to facilitate dialogue and ensure that objectives of all parties are aligned completely is critical. Clear communication and shared goals are critical for collaborative success. To me, next set of challenge is in the realm of infrastructure deficiencies. As we know, many TVET institutions in Africa suffer from inadequate infrastructure, which hampers the effective delivery of technical education. Poor physical infrastructure, lack of modern equipment, and limited access to technology are common issues in African TVET institutions, and therefore, significant investment in core infrastructure must be a top priority. Blended finance projects should include significant substantial funding for building and upgrading facilities, purchasing modern equipment, and integrating digital technologies. The next challenge is in the realm of, and this to me is very, very important, cutting across all elements of TVET, are the quality and relevance of training oversight mechanism. Ensuring that TVET programs are of high quality and relevant to the job market is essential but very challenging task. As we have seen across the globe, there is often a mismatch between the skills taught in TVET institutions and the needs of local and regional job markets. This mismatch can reduce the employability of graduates, and therefore, we must engage industry partners in curriculum development to ensure training programs are completely aligned and in sync with market needs. Continuous feedback loops between employers and TVET institutions can help maintain the relevance and quality of training. The next realm of challenge are the socio-cultural barriers. The socio-cultural attitude towards TVET can affect enrollment and success rates. In some African societies, TVET is perceived as less prestigious compared to academic education, which can discourage student enrollment and societal support, and therefore awareness campaigns, particularly for the girls and women, um, and success stories showcasing the benefits and opportunities provided by TVET can help change the perceptions. Engaging the community leaders and influencers um, can also play a critical role in shifting societal attitudes. All this can happen by starting the pilot projects, the strengthening of public private partnerships, establishing quality oversight, and monitoring and evaluation mechanisms. These are some of the um, targeted strategies. Using this, I'm sure blended finance can become a powerful tool for strengthening the TVET systems in Africa, leading to improved educational outcomes and enhanced economic development. Thank you very much.